Hey, everybody. It is December 2017, and I'm going to explain why I'm wearing pink. But first, I need to sit down. And in uh, providing a chair for myself, I said, hey, I want to be honest, transparent, translucent in a social psychology. Everything is fleeting and temporal and transitory. So, no matter the superficiality or keeping your little glasses on, we can take them off. Now I have these MD glasses, I need to take these off too. I want to get on with some notes. Now I have the fan going, so I don't know if that's going to interfere with the audio. Alright, so these are my designs. It's a little abalone. It's hard to see it. And then I have this. This is satin, and then I have some velvet. Okay, so this is sort of the fashion for this video. Oh, I gotta get back up because I have notes. Listen, did you hear that? It's because I have notes. Ooh, sorry about the reception from this Logitech webcam to me. Very sorry about that. Now, I don't like to throw the word I meditated today. I like contemplative. I was getting things done. It's December 10th, and the air quality is really bad because of the fires, particularly in Brentwood and Bel-Air, specifically Bel-Air Estates. So I'm running off of a headache right now with my eyes a little maybe swollen, but they're definitely burning, and sinuses are draining because I was out and about doing some restaurant, cafe, and I thought today in Sweet Beverly Hills, we need a little bit of pink. So this is the pink. Alright, so here we are. So instead of saying I meditated, I think I contemplated and I did a bit of a reflection. And this is a season for Christmas, and I'm not really wearing Christmas colors because I thought today in Los Angeles, people need pink because I always call Los Angeles beautiful Los Angeles. So, people are very sad today, traffic is very slow, and I just wanted to be joyful for people. So, this is a time for Christmas. Why am I bringing Christmas tidings with good cheer and good joy as the carols sing out for us? Why am I bringing it to a YouTube video? It's because sometimes you can lose your job and things change, and you have fear. Sometimes your talents aren't enough to get the job, and you have to retreat back to you and go within yourself and see that you are surviving because of love. Skip the judgmentalism. Skip the Christmas cheer if you're a Christmas Scrooge. Like I will tell you, come as you are, no perfect people allowed. So, that being our preface, a little preface is about as Christmas as I can get right now in this whole wardrobe attire. So Christmas is significant in video portrayals, emotional dialogue today via YouTube. Because Christmas is the end. Are you ready for this? Whether you support Christmas, you might be Baha'i and you don't, in your religion, practice holidays such as Christmas because you think it's all maybe pagan, or maybe you're, like I'm saying, down on your luck, and maybe you've just had an unlucky life and you've never been lucky in your head, let's say. Again, everything has to do with perception, but in Christmas, the accurate perception is that we needed a Savior, and a Savior came, and a Savior is born, and upon his shoulders is the government's. They will fall upon Jesus Christ as a Savior's shoulders. So with the Christmas understanding that it's about not the shopping and the gifts, but the greatest gift of that, we have a baby in a manger, all right? And Jerusalem played a very important role in the social laws. And without getting into the Old Testament, we needed to get rid of the law, and the new law with Jesus coming to earth is that love conquers all. This is the new law, that love conquers all. So as we're going into the Christmas season and the New Year's, I want us to be in that mindset, have that perception. So Christmas is the end of fear. And with the fires, with joblessness, with friends that go elsewhere, with tangible things that manipulate you because of your money, we have a lot of fear. We sometimes don't know where the rent is going to come. Or for wealthy people, they don't know where they're going to travel. Okay, we say they don't have many problems, let their houses burn because they're rich and they have home insurance and they're going to just build up anyways. That's not true. People are going out and saying that because people have things, even if it's inexpensive gifts, and if it comes from a child, the mother wants to keep that. But if that's destroyed in a fire, we have a lot of disarray, of course, disassociation, and we're a bit disoriented. So Christmas is the end of fear. Well, that doesn't necessarily end your fear right now, huh? So let's go ahead and pick at this a bit. And through the exclamation, you'll have it in your cognition, in memory bank. It could be recall versus recognition, whatever you want to do, and memory. To know that in your love, it lasts with you forever, and it's not going to be taken away from you, and you don't have to lose your mind. Christmas is the end of fear and dread. People dread the next day, the next year, because they're aging. You know, fear is really sick because we hide the fear. We cover up the fear. If it means that we have to be a certain way in order to attract that certain person, or even anybody, you might be so needy for connection. But when we hide fear in order to get ahead, the problem is that we're covering it up, and we create what we're calling cover-up counterfeits. That could be money, And we mask all of that because we have insecurity. And that's where the fear is derivative from. It's that insecurity. And people don't like to see insecurities. They would rather have you on your alcohol, your drinking, or workaholic, or sex addict. They don't want to hear too much walking wounded war story that you might have. I'm speaking from a perspective of West Los Angeles. This could be somewhere else in the nation, and it might apply differently, but if you can kind of keep in mind that in this atmosphere we have a cosmopolitan city that is engaging with us the minute we walk out. Okay, so people don't want the insecurities, but yet the skin, regardless of being an actor or an actress going to auditions, or a dancer or a singer, no matter what you are about, or the artist, we have to have thick skin because we are made in our minds to handle rejection, not show tears, not show vulnerability, not show the insecurity. And then this, with me, we are going to look at courage and wisdom to see what's the facts. Your health falling apart might destitute you. It might determine your faith, your sweet destiny, your providence. Maybe a friend leaves. So at the end of the audition, or at the end of the day, and not attracting through what you might believe is something you deserve, may not happen. And there may be a long-waited void for you. So with the tangible things like money that coax over and hides the symptoms even of a deep fear inside of you and a dread, we want to look at Christmas. Now, in, I think it's Hebrew, or I don't think it's Latin, but Mary, like Merry Christmas, Mary means mightiness, to be mighty. And in Merry Christmas, with a Savior coming to bring us the good news, and a child is born, and we will call him Savior, Yeshua, which means Jesus, Yahweh. And that man, that's very metaphysical, comes into the human form to show us love. That alone explains a mightiness that is the nucleus of Christmas. So if you are faithless or you're in disbelief, that's something you can work on. I'm giving you an honest appraisal and an honest inventory of perhaps not knowing you, what Christmas may be perceived as, and taking courage. Now, in this, it provides us a stellar chance, an occasion to get involved in our shaping, shaping and influencing the self's mind by speaking rationality, such as you're driving and you're afraid you're getting in a car accident. And so your driving is just like really slow and people are honking and you get a ticket. Instead of being riveted by the spirit of fear, it's best that you shape and influence that moment of mightiness and empowerment where the self's mind is now being programmed by your consciousness to change the record player in your mind. I gotta be afraid, I gotta be afraid. You've probably heard that most of the things, maybe all of the things that you've been afraid of, never really happens. Maybe you've also heard that when you're afraid and you have fear, if you practice gratitude, usually means you get to keep what you're afraid of losing. So manage a dialogue with angels or the Christmas soul of joy and good tidings to all. When we shape and influence the mind with the courage to not have painful heart of fear, no envy, strife, or quarreling, you will access the spirit of Christmas. Now, it doesn't feel like Christmas because there's smoke in the air because of the fires in Bel-Air estates, which Bel-Air happens to be one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the entire world. Everybody that doesn't live in LA is telling me that I'm selfish because my heart is going out to Bel-Air, and it's not going out to necessarily other fires that have happened in California in 2017, because my private practice is West Los Angeles, and Bel-Air is, you know, right here. So I have become, because of people's messages, terrifyingly terrified. Terrifyingly. To be terrified. Terrifyingly terrified. For you, you might have a different word. Your word might be scaredity scared of losing your house in a fire. Or you might feel terror. A fire is like terrorism. You want to be loved and feel like nobody's slave or whore, even though you might get horny and you might go off on the wrong drugs and you get lost. And this might not even be your fix or your vice, all right? Though in the human condition, these are options. Next is suicide. So we take courage because to be loved and feel like somebody when you don't measure up breaks you, and it creates a exposure and unearthing of the fear. Now, there's a Hebrew word. It's called kabod. And kabod means weightiness. Not weightiness as of oppression, depression, suppression, repression. That's not the weightiness I'm talking about that just kicks your ass and brings you down to the ground to die. Kabod in Hebrew, in this term weightiness, is inferring the weightiness of love. It falls upon you, or it comes within you, and it's charismatically spreading itself to those around you because you have light. And what happens is there is significance, weightiness, something majestic that's merry, that's mighty. So in the Christmas soul, you have significance, you have shaping and influencing. Sorry about the blurry. You have mightiness, comfort, and joy. In the Old Testament and the New Testament, it wasn't so much going around saying, you don't measure up, you have sin. It was about the Lord, or Hosea. Jehovah Jireh. Conveying to the people, fear not. Behold, I am your Christ. Fear not, I come to give you prophecy. Fear not, these are the 10 commandments, Moses. Fear not, live by faith. Fear not, behold, I am your maker. I have come to give you the mightiness, the empowerment in season, the weightiness, the significance, the love. This, I think, pardon me, is very, very, very keen. Now, whether it's satisfying the curiosity of your virgin soul, maybe that's why you've been on this video for 20 minutes with all my jabber, 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 jabber. Jabber, jabber, jabber. But the reason why you're holding through this vid, is because you want to help you. You go out to be helped, to fall in love, to find people, but maybe people have fallen along the wayside, and you're alone with yourself. You know, Sonny and Cher the rock star. It's one of her songs she sings in the lyrics. In so many words. At the end of whatever, you sleep alone. You put your head on your own pillow. So this loneliness and finding a uniform set of standards. Do you hear me? Rewind this video if you didn't get that. To find the manifestation of a uniform set of standards. Okay, that's something that has to happen with your soul searching, all right? And in that loneliness and finding a set of standards and stratagems to help yourself, you will not feel as lost. You will not feel so scared. So what I want to encourage people to do is to create a sanctuary for themselves right here, and right here, the heart. This is your mightiness. This is your Christ mind, your Christ heart of love, abundance, significance, fearlessness. The prescription for tragedy, is that when you go into the tragedy, you already have fear. You don't want that fear to provide any more tremendous panic and impact you in such a way that you lose coordination of your strategies. Don't be an enemy to yourself. Don't be uncertain in the building trust for yourself, in yourself, by caring for yourself when other people don't. Maybe you lost your job, or you can't get the jobs with the right skills. These things could be holding you back and making you scared, feel lost, and lonely, and ultimately insecure and afraid. So, you think you are hot shit, but it's so amazing. Like, maybe you've heard, karma is a bitch. It crapping knows your address. You can't get away from your own manure. And I've said this in one of my lectures before. Maybe, oh God. Maybe, I don't want to say the Lord's name in vain or anything like that, but oh my gosh. I was mentioning things about you have to go through the manure to get to the flowers. That is an approach, a task, and you could even put it in your hat of different strategies that you're working out and you're thinking critically. When you don't think your shit stinks because of your privilege that you have in money, you lose sight of something that's given to you, and that is a message. The day you were born, the day Christ came into the world, the day Gandhi came into the world, the day Muhammad came into the world, let's say, if that's your teacher, or Swamiji came into the world, or yogi, or master, or Reiki master, mind you, or even just an individual. The message is love. That's the privilege. One of the most expensive problems that we have is fear, because we use fear, per se, health administration, public health administration, keeping safer communities, keeping violence out of the streets, out of the bars. It also could infer that it's time. People you may feel like a loser, defeated, but you're the only one that can replenish yourself. To have awe and respect for yourself. To have protection and safety from your own head if your mind is thinking improperly. Hate, jealousy, cheating, uncertainty, undependable people, liars, cheaters. The deep soul is displaced as a result, and therefore it triggers fear, and it'll ruin your Christmas. The final thing I want to say is that you can like yourself, and you can be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, forgive yourself, and have a mighty, significant Merry Christmas with no fear. Thank you.